Wonderful. I love football. Playing football is really fun, and I've missed all of my friends.
Jimmy said that you had fresh legs. Do you feel that?
Just letting you guys know he lied to you. He said that before I'd practiced. He meets with you guys before practice. He has not seen me run once. He has no idea.
Fresh legs?
I don't know. I'm doing all right. He just had no idea what he was talking about.
What was
Jimmy.
today like, the long Thursday practice? Did you do the whole thing? And
Yep.
how do you feel right now?
I feel good. Doing everything I can to be prepared for Sunday. Not practicing since Green Bay week. Definitely a little bit of rust out there, but just got to get back out there, and it's just riding a bike, I guess. Just go out there and catch the ball, run some routes, hit some people. Football.
You seem to thrive so much on the action, on the practice, on the games, to be out that length of time. Does it affect your mood at all, or do you transfer that into rehab, or how does that affect you?
I just try to be the same person every single day. Just try to be consistent, be the leader I'm supposed to be the leader I want to be happy, give the guys energy, talk them up, help them out when I need to. It's different when you're not on the field with them because you're missing a lot of time, whether it's practices or games. But whether it's meetings, just being around the building, just try to be the same guy, as much as I can be. But like I said, it's difficult when you're not out there. And I guess not playing for a while. You can definitely be a little bit moody, but I try to not be as moody as Joe Staley and just have a smile on my face as much as possible.
George, next two games, obviously big ones in the division, the Cardinals and Rams. How do you view those games in terms of how it could shape the rest of the season? How important is it for you to be back for those games?
The longer you get into the season, especially if you're winning games, the more important each game gets. Especially the division ones. We had to go against back-to-back against 7-1 teams, and just kind of sets the stage for us. We're either gonna come out of those games with a winning record or in the hole, and so it definitely shapes the whole season from playoff perspective. And you try to look at it just one game at a time. So we're focused on the Cardinals, but you definitely see the whole schedule and the other games, and these are going to be very tough, grimy, gritty games, and we're gonna do everything we can to prepare and win those games. And I'm confident. I feel like the offense is starting to click a little bit. Last week was awesome to watch. Guys making plays, a lot less of the mistakes that had been hindering us as an offense, and as always, I think our defense was playing at a high level. So, just got to keep playing team football, and I think we're going to do just fine.
George, while you're out, Charlie Woerner and Ross Billy had their moments, especially last game in the blocking aspect. What does that do now that with you coming back and putting Charlie on the other side? Does that make you guys less predictable in terms of which way you're going to run?
I can't answer that. I feel like that's giving away game plan stuff, man. I will say I think Ross and Charlie, whether I'm in or not, I think they always do a fantastic job. They've gotten so much better. They always take steps in the right direction, and I honestly think that all falls on my tight end coach. Embry does such a great job. He's on us every single day about all the little things, meeting early practice stuff. He just always expects he has a very high expectation for everybody that comes in that room, whether you are a practice squad player, whether you're new to the team that day, or whether you're in your fifth year with him like I am. He always holds us all to the same standard and to a high standard. So to be able to play with a guy like that definitely helps all of us. And I know when Charlie and Ross get more coaching, because I wasn't in, I think that really helped them out, and so they were able to take big steps forward. Charlie made multiple plays last week that were awesome, and at the end of the day, most of it was just effort. Whether there wasn't a lot of talent, it's just he's out there trying his best with a little bit of technique that he's learned, and open up some big running lanes for Elijah.
George, with these three significant injuries in the last two seasons, for that you went through tons of injuries. So there's a conversation like he's so physical, he has to do so much blocking, he runs over everybody. I don't know. Is there anything you can do? Obviously, I think no one doubts the way you prepare yourself, etc. Is there anything you can do to try to protect yourself more without taking away from some of the things that make you special?
Well, let's see. Two of my injuries were taking a helmet to the kneecap, and I had a broken foot, and then I had a lower body injury this time, and not a single one of those things was from being overly physical or attacking people or truck sticking people or the run game. So I don't really know how to answer that. I'm just going to try to keep being keep being me. And I mean, I feel like I do a lot of stuff in the off season, in season. All I care about is football and making myself available. And sometimes football is a violent game and it's very unforgiving. And stuff happens, and you just got to kind of deal with it and move on to the next play. And luckily, I get a chance this weekend to go back out there and play football.
Any extra juice you get from after missing a couple games? I mean, you've done this before, where you come back after missing some time. Do you feel that little extra kick?
I'll have to tell you that on Monday or on Sunday after the game, but most likely yes. I miss football. Like I said, I haven't hit anybody in a long time. I'm very excited to be out there being able to do that again.
As far as Charlie, what differences do you see Charlie blocking these last couple of games versus Charlie as a rookie last year? Where has he made his big improvements?
Confidence. And that's really it. His technique's obviously gotten better, but just confident in the play calling, knowing what he has to do. Just being able to say, hey, if he's talking to McGlinchey, hey, we're going to combo this guy to that guy. Just not second guessing himself, and then he's not thinking as much, and then he's just out there playing football, which makes it a lot easier in the run game. You don't have to think about anything. You just go out there 100 miles an hour and do everything you can to block the guy in front of you.
You watched Jimmy Garoppolo battle back over the last couple games, well, kind of from afar. What have you seen from him being in that kind of observation point?
Consistency, really. I mean, always is the same guy every single day. Ups, downs. I mean, I know he didn't play he didn't play his best game versus Indianapolis, but he came back following Monday, watched the film, came back on Wednesday and had a great practice on Wednesday, throwing the ball great last Thursday. I think we've had a couple of good days of practice, this week. He's just always consistent, and that's what you love about Jimmy. He's always the same exact guy, same leader every single day, talks the same way, has the same message. He's got a lot of fire with him, and I love playing with that. And he's definitely been very encouraging these last couple of weeks, and just getting the boys rolling in practice and stuff. And it's just fun to finally see that executed. And I love it when my running back rushes for multiple touchdowns in a game. I mean, it makes me feel like he's a very mobile quarterback.
What's the difference between Ayuk in practice now as opposed to the beginning of the season?
Oh wow, I don't know. I think Ayuk. Let me see. I just think the difficult thing for young guys is just realizing that every single practice, whether it's training camp or in season, it matters. Your body's going to feel like absolute crap, but you still have to take advantage of those practices, whether it's mental reps, whether it's the physical reps, and just learning the right way to do it. Our offense is, obviously, if you run the route like this, good things are going to happen, and just being able to pick up on that, run them the exact way you're supposed to run them, at the right speed, at the right angle, at the right depth, and then reacting on top of that. And that's what you need to be able to practice to be able to figure those things out and to be able to get better. And I think it just takes young guys a while to realize that. And I think Ayuk's done a great job. And I'm not saying that was Ayuk. I just think young guys in general. But I think Ayuk has done a better job of being deliberate every single rep that he gets. Whether it's a run play, he's on the backside of, crossing the field to get the backside safety, or it's a pass play that's coming to him to make sure he gets his depth. That's one thing that we all try to get better at every single day. But young guys, I think you just need to emphasize it a little bit more.
You mentioned the backside safety, I think.
You're good.
I apologize greatly.
You just got Cheese angry, man.
Yeah,
That's tough. Don't want to be on that side, man.
No respect.
Not a nice line.
Wow. Now you're stalling. This is crazy.
Ayuk, I believe it was a backside safety, but forgive me
Yeah,
if I was wrong.
it was.
On the long Mitchell run at the end, and he celebrated, he pumped his fist. Do you like to see that out of a wide receiver, celebrating a block?
If our wide receivers are blocking downfield and celebrating, we're doing something right. That was one thing I think was tough last year, because we just had so many guys in and out of the building at all of our positions. Our downfield blocking wasn't what it needed to be for us to be really successful in the run game. And that's one thing that I think we were missing. 2019, Emmanuel Sanders was one of those guys that kind of set the tone for that. He really took pride in his run blocking, and that makes other guys take pride in their run blocking. And then I think we're starting to figure that out as a wide receiver unit again, is how important that is to, hey, I have to be on his outside shoulder on this play, or, hey, I need to bust my ass to get across the field to get on his inside shoulder. So that's going to make it a 10-yard run into a 30-yard run. And I think when you make an emphasis of that and guys make it important to them and then they celebrate it, you're going to win football games when everybody cares about every single play. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Yeah.